Hi, very good evening. So today I'm at my hometown and this is my mother's room. So you have this new background. So anyways, I hope I'm clear and let me know if it is not streaming fine because we're at a different place with a different internet connection altogether. So let me know if you have any issues with streaming and all. So today a topic for discussion is how to devise or how to plan these daily and weekly schedules, because these are most often the challenges which all of us do face. And keeping the exam only in just 2 months time, I felt like this is one of the most important topics to be discussed now. So I've been working on this schedule yesterday, the whole day, and I've come up with some ideas and I have modified that today as well. And the latest ones I have updated again to the group as well as to RE classes. So just go through it and let me know your feedback. And also I've been getting some mails where you people have printed them and you have even written some of the information and asked me for my feedback as well. I'll go through the mails and I'll let you know as soon as possible, right? I hope you're all doing fine, and once again a very good evening all of you. So it's been almost a 1 day break. So yesterday we had no live session and I hope you all enjoyed your Diwali very well. And today, as I mentioned before, the focus of today's presentation is mainly on how to devise these schedules, or how can we go ahead if you are not able to follow a schedule, because most often the more common problem we all face is when you devise a new schedule. I'm quite sure all of us do follow it for the first 2 or 3 days or maximum of 1 week. But later on, we find it really challenging to follow the schedule and we break it at some point of time, right? So to overcome these problems, I have personally followed this way of preparation during my PG prep. And what I have suggested is like this concept of retrograde schedule. So retrograde schedule is something like, we can't call it as retrograde planning, because planning is something which is done ahead of doing a particular task, isn't it? So we can call it as more appropriately retrograde schedule. So first of all, let's see how we can make a proper planning, a daily plan or a weekly plan, and see if we can modify that to our customized needs, and what if we fail in implementing that plan. So then comes this retrograde concept. So we'll discuss all that in detail today, right? If you have any questions, you can post them. We'll have a discussion regarding them at the end of the session, okay? So I hope they have gone through the soft copies of these schedules which I have posted, right? So I have made a little modification. So we'll go through each one of them today and see how we can implement them, right? And also do let me know if you have any further questions or you need any further clarifications. Drop a message here. I'll discuss them at the end of the session, right? Yeah. Yeah. So first of all, I've done this 24-hour schedule initially. So you can also see a dummy card where I have filled up with some of the tasks depending upon my experience, right? So I hope you have a soft copy of all this stuff. So first of all, we'll see how we can make most use of this daily and weekly schedule. As I said, since we have just 60 days, approximately 60 to 75 days, to be more accurate, it's 75 plus. To make maximum use of these given days, so how can we plan our schedules not only weekly but also daily, so that at the end of a week or at the end of 2 or 3 weeks, we'll just have an idea like how exactly our preparation is going on, whether we need to make any modifications or not. We can get all this vital information pertaining to our preparation from these schedules, and I'm quite confident about that. So first of all, you can see here 24-hour schedule. I've written this as retrograde schedule or 24-hour schedule, where I have divided the entire day into a number of sessions. You can see here the first column, you can see number of sessions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And also I have divided, for each session I have allotted approximately 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours. So you can see here session 1, 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., 6 a.m. to 7 and 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. And also correspondingly, I have written here the activity and notes, right? So you can divide into columns. So the first thing which I would advise you is take a printout of these copies, at least 150 or 200 copies, right? You can just take a printout, get that spiral binding done, and then you can so that you can make a record of all the activity which is going on every day till the date of your exam. It doesn't take much time. It hardly takes 15 or 20 minutes, frankly, right? I'll let you know how to proceed with that. So this is how we have planned our 24-hour schedule, right? So you can plan ahead. The moment you get up early in the morning, you can plan ahead like what activities you're planning on that particular day. So when you would like to take a break, or when you would like to sleep in the afternoon, or when you're planning for your lunch or dinner, and what topics most importantly you're planning to cover on that particular day, and also the number of MCQs you're planning to cover, right? So you can make a note of all the activities. It's like a to-do list. You can even consider this as a to-do list, right? So to-do list, you can just make a note of all the important activities here, and along with that you can see on the extreme right side there is a column called as notes, where you can make a note of all the important points which you would like to highlight upon, right? So any particular points you would like to highlight, you can make a note of that. And to give more clearer example like how exactly we can proceed with this schedule, I have just done one dummy schedule as I mentioned before, right? So you can see here on the second page in our PDF file which I have shared with all of you, you can clearly see that I have written here. So session 1, I'll just read out for you. 5 to 6 a.m. So 10 MCQs discussion in PTPD Morning Club, which you usually all do, right? Then 6 to 7 a.m. 10 MCQs discussion again in a PTPD Morning Club. So we'll be covering approximately 15 or 20 MCQs. I'm not sure how many MCQs you're doing, right? So maybe if you would like to participate in that morning club, you are free to do so, or else you can have your own preparation, self-preparation. And then 7 to 8 a.m. I have written here orthodontics, theories of growth and development, some theory stuff. And 8 to 9 a.m. I have mentioned here as bath, breakfast. 9 to 10 a.m. again MCQs, 10 to 11 MCQs. 11 to 12 break followed by 20-minute nap. 12 to 1 p.m. Periodontics topic, serial extraction. 1 to 2 p.m. periodontics MCQs practice. 2 to 3 p.m. lunch break. 3 to 4 MCQs. 4 to 5 smartphone uses and siesta, an afternoon nap. And 5 to 6 p.m. and 6 to 7 p.m. endodontic topics, and 7 to 8 p.m. endodontic MCQs. I even mentioned the number of MCQs in the brackets here if you observe. You have to be more specific. You have to be more specific while mentioning or while going through your schedule. That's very important, right? Not just vaguely writing down the numbers. And 8 to 9 p.m. again I mentioned as endo MCQs followed by dinner. And 9 to 10 p.m. if at all you're planning to attend a live session, you can just mention that. You can mention the same, or I mean just for your idea, right? And then 10 to 11 p.m. again. So usually we have live sessions from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. isn't it? And session 7, 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. it's time for sleep, right? So often I hear that you people sleep very late and get up very early. So that drastically affects your memory and recall ability, right? So please pay attention to that session 7 also, and make sure that you have at least 6 to 7 hours of quality sleep, which is very important, right? So this is how you can plan your retrograde schedule. In fact, you can do this 2 ways. The first way is you can plan it ahead. As I said, the moment you get up early in the morning, you can just plan it accordingly and then make a note of all the tasks which you are planning to do on that particular day, and then make sure that you follow that. So that's one way. But often, as I mentioned, if you're really good at doing that, you can proceed. But if you really find it challenging to follow it as time goes on, you can do it retrograde manner. In the sense, you'll just complete your day, and then before sleeping, 1 hour or half an hour before sleeping, just allot 15-20 minutes time in order to fill up the entire tables, right? Or if you find it difficult to remember all that you have done from morning, you can do it at least session wise. Once you complete your session 1, you just make a note what you have written or what you have done in session 1, and or maybe after 2 sessions you can just fill up, right? It's based on your convenience, but filling up is very important, either anterograde or retrograde, because you know what, if you observe the next page, it's clearly mentioned here, the weekly schedule. As you can see, I've just added this new column of number of MCQs here. If you observe, I've uploaded that to e-classes as well, and also to our Google Drive. So similarly, you'll be filling up, for example, you have this weekly schedule form and you have this 24-hour schedule form. So this 24-hour schedule form, you'll be completing it. For example, in a given week, you have 7 days, right? So obviously you have 7 such forms, and at the end of the week, maybe you can take some time on Sunday. Sunday is the best time to just analyze your entire preparation, like how it's going on and all. And Sunday you can just focus on these things in specific: the number of hours for study, the number of MCQs practiced, the number of hours for sleep, number of hours for smartphone uses, and number of hours for miscellaneous activities like idle time, roaming, eating, talking, etc. You can just have a look at this weekly schedule, right? So I have mentioned here the days Sunday to Saturday, and at the end I have added another column, that is, you can see here total, right? So you can see number of hours allotted for study, and the third column you can see here number of MCQs practiced by target MCQs. It's also equally important for you to put a target, right? So just for example, 50 or 100 MCQs is your target. So how many MCQs have you completed that particular day? And also number of hours for sleep, approximately 6 to 7 hours or 7 to 8 hours the entire day, not just the night time. And also you can see number of hours for smartphone users. I have mentioned a separate column for smartphone users because it's most challenging for most of us. I mean, we almost every one of us are addicted to smartphones, isn't it? So it's really important for us to minimize the usage of smartphone rather than to avoid it, because once you're addicted, once you avoid smartphone, there is a greater chance for you to fail in the process of avoiding it. You'll obviously go back to your smartphone rather than avoiding it completely. Minimize its usage, and most importantly, we're having all these updates, your exam, everything is online, right? So there is nothing wrong in allotting minimum time for your smartphone usage. Just keep that in mind. So I've added a separate column for that. So number of hours allotted for smartphone. And finally, you can see here number of hours for miscellaneous activities. So miscellaneous activities can include your idle time, the amount of time wasted doing nothing, or it can include roaming, walking, eating. Don't consider this as wastage. This is just for you to have an idea like how you're spending your entire day. So every day you can have two schedules. One schedule in specific, as you have seen prior, where you can mention your activity, where you can track your activity on hourly basis based on this schedule, right? And also simultaneously the same day you can just have an overview of this schedule. Also you can just make a note of all the columns here on that particular day, right? Likewise, you can complete off your weekly schedules appropriately. Now we have this model weekly analysis where I have filled up for you. You can see here, so number of hours for study, I mentioned it here as of Sunday 4 hours, Monday 2 hours approximately, right? So Tuesday it's around 7 hours, Wednesday 8 hours, and so on. And also in the second column you can see number of hours or number of MCQs which are being practiced. So initially my target is 100 on Sunday, but I could practice only 50. So second Tuesday, again on Monday my target is again 100, so I could do at least 75, and on Tuesday I could complete my target. Likewise, so that it helps you to keep a track on the number of MCQs you're doing every day, right? And also the number of hours for study, as you can see here. So how many hours are you allotting each day for study? So Sunday it's 4 hours, something like that. I'm sorry, this is for smartphone users, right? So number of hours allotted for smartphone users, like 3 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours, etc. And finally you have this number of hours for other activities, right? So in a given day you have 24 hours. So in a given 24-hour time frame, how many hours are you allotting for each activity is clearly mentioned in this schedule, right? So at the end of the week, at the end of the day, based on the prior schedule, you'll have an idea. Based on the 24-hour schedule, you'll have an idea like how your day has gone based on that particular schedule on that particular day. To have an idea on your entire week, like how your entire week has gone, like last 7 days or last 5 days, you can just have an idea based on this second schedule. So both of these schedules help you to put a track on your daily activities as well as on weekly activities. Monthly activity is not that important. Since we have just 2 months time, I felt that this daily and weekly activities are even more important, right? Keeping a track on these is very important, as it helps you to analyze how your preparation is going on, like how many hours you're spending each day for study, because more or less every one of us will take these things for granted. We assume that, okay, let me just study hard, I'm feeling motivated now, let me just study hard. The moment I lose my motivation, I'll just leave it. So a lot of time could be wasted, and thanks to these smartphones you'll be wasting just hours and hours of time every day, isn't it? So to keep a tab on your activities, I feel this is very important, right? It doesn't take much time. It hardly takes 20 to 30 minutes maximum. That's maximum. You can complete off, with days as you're proceeding, you can just complete them in 5 to 10 minutes maybe. So it's essential for you if you can follow this, because they help you analyze how your day and how your week has been going on. And most importantly, These give you vital information like how many hours are you studying every day, whether you need to increase the number of hours you're studying every day or whether you need to decrease them. And also, secondly, like number of MCQs you're practicing every day. Are you able to practice the required number of MCQs which you set that as a target? For example, you think you need to complete 100 MCQs. Are you able to do that? So at the end of the week, how many MCQs are you really practicing? And most importantly, number of hours of sleep. Are you allotting enough time for sleep? Because 1 week or 2 weeks you'll feel good, but later on you will face the music, that's for sure. So keeping a tab on number of hours for sleep is also equally very important. And the addiction part, the smartphone addiction, we need to check that at the initial stage itself. We need to, you just can't keep on using it continuously and assume that, okay, 1 week or 10 days before exam, let me just limit the usage. That's really impossible, right? So start decreasing number of hours gradually, and that can be done by noting down the number of hours you're allotting. So be sincere in what you're doing, because no one is going to cross check these schedules, right? This is for yourself. So this schedule is for myself, right? So this is for my analysis. No one is going to come analyze and going to scold me or going to beat me, right? So we should be frank enough in filling up these schedules, and this is for our self-improvement. And obviously, I'm quite sure at the end of the day, at the end of the week, you just fill up this first part of the schedule, the 24-hour schedule or retrograde schedule. I'm quite sure at the end of the day, you'll have a sense of satisfaction. And at the end of the week, you're going to have a sense of satisfaction provided you learn from your mistakes. You minimize the number of hours for other activities and increase the number of hours for the task at hand, that is your preparation. And also I've made a note of these things at the end. You can see the total here. So approximately, I've just assigned the numbers at random. You can see the number of hours for study in the entire week is 50 hours. The number of MCQs practiced is 830. The number of hours for sleep is 44. Number of hours for smartphone usage, it's almost 16 hours. It means in a given week, you're spending almost 1 day for smartphone usage. See how much time is going wasted, isn't it? Smartphone used in a productive way, there is no issue with that. But usually 90% of the time, we use smartphone for chatting, for unnecessary, for non-issues. We spend time for non-issues, isn't it? So in that case, that's really harmful. But if you're using it for watching useful videos, for practicing tests, or for having some useful discussions, then you did not even mention that smartphone usage here, in my opinion, right? So only that time where you are just going through the wall, digging through the Facebook wall, wasting time continuously, and you don't even know where you will end up at the end of the day. So that case, it's better to mention the number of hours for smartphone usage and number of hours for other activities, for you to have an idea like how many hours are being allotted for other activities. That's it. It doesn't mean that they are waste, because you need to have some break. You need to have some positive discussion. You need to spend time with your loved ones, isn't it? So all these things are very important. Don't consider that as waste, but keep an eye on number of hours for smartphone uses. And you're most welcome to customize this schedule, and so that it will suit your particular need. And for any improvement, you can modify it and use it accordingly. And the most important thing which I would like to tell you all is not just taking a soft copy or not just going through the hard copy. It's following it daily. It's like you just take a printout, get some you have approximately 75 to 80 days till the date of your exam, till your January 7. So take some 150 or 200 copies of this. It doesn't cost you much, and get a spiral binding done, right? And then write down the date somewhere on the top every day. Keep a tab on your preparation, keep a tab on your activity, day-to-day basis, weekly basis. I'm sure you're going to learn a lot. You're going to get more discipline, and in the meantime, I'll be giving you some inputs also time to time, periodically, so you can use them for your benefit. And I'm quite sure at the end of a preparation, leave about rank, leave about all these things, other things, ranks, scores, etc. But I'm sure you're going to get more discipline. Even personally, I'm telling you now itself, even I'm following this from today. So I'll get a binding done. So I have a lot many copies with me. I'm going to get the binding done, and even I will be incorporating this in my way of teaching. So obviously I need to keep a tab on my activity as well, isn't it? So that even I can improve myself, so that I can see myself as a better person tomorrow than today, right? So that's the focus of this entire preparation. You have any doubts in specific, please drop them, or if you need any modifications to be done, I'll definitely consider, right? So that's pertaining to weekly schedule and daily schedule, right? Yeah, we have a soft copy. Anyone who is, who wants this soft copy, just send me a mail, or you can just join our WhatsApp update group. We already sent several mails in regard to this. You can even join our WhatsApp group or YouTube group, not YouTube, but Google group, so that you can get a link of it, or you can even download it, right? Or to put that simple, just send a mail. I'll send you the soft copy. That's it. Raju Naik, rather than print out, if you can get a hold of a PDF file, then the quality of the print will be much more better. Anyways, I request one of our members to share the PDF file on the group link. In the WhatsApp update group, so that others can download it readily. I already shared it in mail. And one of you can please take the initiative and share the PDF file in our WhatsApp update group. That would be of help to others as well. I'll just have 2-minute break. There is a break. We didn't have a live session yesterday. Day before yesterday also, I guess, right? So my throat started paining again. Let me know if you have any queries. Drop them. I'll try to answer them, and also we'll see how best we can incorporate these schedules in our day-to-day activities. Hi Srish, Aishwarya, Ashina, Prithvi. Hi Pritika, Bernice, Regina, Neetu, Niharika, Zina, Preeti, Sirisha. Yeah. By the way, I mailed each one of you today regarding any challenges you're facing in preparation. I've got few replies. Others, please do reply as soon as possible, so that I can give you some valuable inputs, right? I'll give you inputs, you decide whether it's valuable or not. Hi Sirisha, hi Anavali, Harika, hi Komal, hi Rupali, hi. Yes, Regina, it's my hometown. This is a place where I was born and brought up, more or less. Hi Dental Nerd, good evening. Friends, Dental Nerd, I think his name is Akash. He has launched this new channel where he has been giving demos of all the orthodontic wire bending exercises and all. I've seen 1 or 2 videos. They're just fantastic. You can just support him, you can subscribe him, and you can encourage him like the way in which you did to me, right? And Akash, I wish you all the best for your project. Yes, Ramesh, hi. Hi Indu. Glad that you joined us live today. Hi Lavanya, Tanu, Richa, Sadhana, hi. Hi Jayasri, hi Sophia, hi Anu. Yes, Dr. FM, you can just send me a mail, or I'm sure one of them will share the link or the PDF file in the WhatsApp update group. You can download that. Yes, Raju, glad to hear that. Yes, Bernice, thank you. Good evening, Abhishek. Hi Sandhya, Seshank, hi. Hi Najni. Najni, just send me a mail, okay? Just say hi, or ask me for this. I'll just reply you with the PDF file, okay? Again, I didn't get exactly what you're trying to say. Did you mean that if I feel motivated and want to study more against MT? I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Can you just reframe it? Yeah, thanks Abhishek. Again, I didn't get you what point you're trying to make. Yes, Saida, don't worry. Anyways, I'll summarize it then for 5 to 10 minutes, okay? Hi Sanjay. Yeah, Firas, hi, you're most welcome. Yes, Bernice, thank you. Yeah, thanks, Bernice. Yes. Uh, yeah, right. Najni, you don't have my mail ID. Yeah, thanks, Gina. Thank you for sharing the mail ID. Yeah, you can even try a retrograde plan, Jayashri. I mean, if the antrograde or the planning is not working out, you can do that in a reverse way, because you know what? The moment you start planning, for example, I had this personal experience. The moment you fill up this, you prepare a nice weekly schedule or daily schedule, you'll just break at one point or the other. That is bound to happen. So when that happens, really, the best thing to motivate yourself again is by following the retrograde pattern. You just complete your day and then make a note of all the things which you have done. I've done it personally for 10 to 15 days, maybe before exam, and that really motivated me, because that just gives me an idea like how much time I allotted for different subjects, like how my entire day has been. So that itself will act as a motivator, right? So I mean, it's best. I mean, this is the best time to incorporate this, because 2 months before exam, 2.5 months before exam, you need to keep a tab on your activity so that you'll stay motivated. Because more or less, no matter how much hard you work, at this crucial juncture, most of us do break. I mean, we feel depressed, demotivated at some point of time. So to keep a check on it, and also to ensure that we feel motivated and we just move forward with hope and optimism, we need to have this kind of stuff. And if you say it's waste of time, I don't agree, because if you think it's waste of time and proceed, one day or other, you will definitely feel it tough to continue. Rather than facing that kind of a problem, it's better you have this preventive measure, have this schedule, and allot break. I mean, if you even during following these kind of schedules, if you feel like taking a break, you'll be mentioning the same here, right? It's not going to do any harm for you, but it allows you to have an idea like how exactly your time is being spent, right? Yeah, Niharika, glad to know that. And Regina, yes, when we feel motivated, yes, I got your point. Yes, we do study extra bit, but later on, you know what? We have this crests and troughs, right? Like a sound wave. You obviously have these elevations and depressions that are bound to happen. The challenging part here is when you are at a high, no one can really help you, and no one really needs to help you. You can just move forward when you're on a high, but when you're on a low, you need to just hold on yourself, right? So at that moment, I feel these schedules are going to help, because when you're in a high I mean good mood, motivated, highly motivated, and you feel euphoric and want to do something good, then you need not really need any help. You can just do it for yourself. But as I said, life is all about ups and downs. When you're in a down or when you feel low, depressed, then I feel these kind of schedules are definitely going to help you self-motivate. So this helps you to intrinsically motivate you to some extent, based on, because the amount of day or the your activity in a particular day is being reflected on paper, which is equally very important. You just can't have, I mean, you can just ask me, why do we need all this? You can just have an imaginary thing, but imaginary thing 1 day or 2 days, it's fine, but what about 1 week, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, or 8 weeks? So if you have that on paper, that gives you some sense of satisfaction, isn't it? So try for a week. I mean, there's nothing wrong in trying, right? So try for a week. Let me know after a week. Drop a mail. Today is Friday, right? Let me know next Friday. We have a fun fest again on next Friday. Let me know. Give me your feedback, how it's going. If you need any modifications, we can modify it, and we can. If you can give your ideas, I'll do modify it, and I'll distribute that on a large scale to everyone, so that obviously many will get. I mean, benefited from these things, isn't it? Yes, Regina, you're welcome. Okay, Kinjal, you can just drop a mail, right? Where I mean, our friends have shared the mail ID previously. You can just drop a mail, or I mean, that's the reason why I said if you can join a WhatsApp group or Google group, then you can get that through mail. Anyways, drop a mail. I'll send you the link. Yeah. Yes, you're welcome. I hope you have gone through the file, right? I hope most of you have gone through the file. And also, I got few mails where few of you filled the form actually and have sent me. I felt very happy looking at them. And also I mentioned here in note, if you observe, you can see session 4 here. Session 4, observe the note. My girlfriend or boyfriend distracted. Something like that, something different, something funny, something to keep you smiling always, right? And I've seen one of your weekly schedules where you mentioned in notes cartoon time. I was surprised. I mean, you're almost aged about 20 now, isn't it? So there are students still watching cartoons, which is quite a surprise for me. Yes, even the puri thing, I just wanted to have some fun, so I mentioned that. So session 2, morning breakfast, I ate some puri today, which is oily, so I'm planning to have idli from tomorrow. Something like that, something which is different, something, see, it has to be fun ultimately. If that's really too serious and adds up to the pressure, then ultimately it's going to fail, it's going to break at some point, right? So that's my intention. So you can just make it fun, you can make it crazy, you can design it for yourself. I mean, it's all about your ideas. It's all about your ideas, right? The right way of thinking and right way of implementing these ideas. It's not that I'm unique or something, but you keep on thinking in one direction, obviously you're going to get some good ideas, right? So make sure that you follow this and also go through the schedule once. Try to understand what is given there, why we have divided these each day into sessions, because as I mentioned before, don't extend your study schedule for more than 40 minutes or 1 hour, because you can't focus for more than 40 minutes to 1 hour. It will be difficult for you, right? So break it into hours. So that's the starting point where that's the initiative which I have taken in this schedule as well. So you can see the number of sessions, the number of hours, hourly division, to keep a tab on your activity. And also later we had this weekly schedule, and I've incorporated a new column. As I mentioned before, I've incorporated a new second column where I mentioned number of MCQs practiced to the target MCQs, right? So even the target is very important now. So till now it's like more of literature. I've been focusing more on literature, but at least from now the only focus is practicing MCQs and then cross-checking it, right? So go through that, and I want you all to do this at the end of the week. How many hours are you spending for study? How many hours or how many MCQs have you solved in that particular week? And how many hours you spent on smartphone usage? And how many hours you spent on other kind of activities, right? So I mean, if you're really interested, if you want to really score well, if you want to stay focused, if you don't want to get distracted, if you want to get the fear away from you, if you want to feel intrinsically motivated, which is most effective means, follow the schedule, do it for 1 week, send me the results, and we'll have a discussion again on next Friday along with FunFest, and let's see if we can improve it, or if possible we'll just continue with the same, right? And as I said, even I will be following this schedule. Even I will be personally following this schedule from today onwards, and I'm going to get a printout of 150 or 200 copies so that I can do it at least till Jan 7th along with you guys, so that I can share my thoughts also, because only when I can experience it personally I can tell you in a much better manner, isn't it? So I advise you to take a printout. It doesn't cost you much. Spiral binding around 30 to 40 rupees, printouts around 150 to 200. You'll be completing off this book within 250 rupees, right? So you can do it, and you just follow it for 1 week and let me know how it's going on. Yeah, hi Elvin. Yes, Sirisha, glad to hear that. Yes, Rupali. I mean, I would be more happier if you can really use that. I mean, use it customized manner, and then if you can really go through that, and you can really analyze what's happening in your day-to-day activity, then that would give you more fruits, right? So yes, thank me. It's okay. I'll accept your thanks. But at the same time, if you can follow it, that would give me immense satisfaction, because I've been working on it for the past 2 days, in fact, based on the experience for the past 1 year, and based on the inputs you've given me, and also based on the inputs you gave me today. I've added a new column, because most of you were asking me like, how to curtail smartphone uses. And I have prepared a draft also, and I will just share the draft with you online, like how to minimize smartphone uses, and then I'll conclude the session, right? Yes, Regina, I admire your idea. This is more than the answer to my message to you. Very excited to try this schedule, and I wanna say that all Europe follow day schedules. Okay, good to hear that, Regina. Yes, Sophia, you're most welcome. Yes, Neetu. Yeah, that's very important. Yes, we feel tired, at least you'll know at the end of the day how much effort you put in. See, and also remember, I'm just giving you a caution. You having this schedule doesn't mean that you have to fill everything with study, study, study. See, it's really impossible for us to study the whole day. I do accept it, right? So having a schedule doesn't shouldn't give you a pressure that you have to fill up every column, every 1 hour column with studying MCQ, studying particular topic. No, don't take it as a pressure. Let it go, let it flow naturally, like how your everyday has been going on, right? And I want you to keep a tab on it initially for the first 4 days, 5 days, or 1 week, and based on the results, you can modify that later on. Having these tabs doesn't mean that you have to fill every hour with study. Don't take it as a pressure. This is just for analyzing your day-to-day activity and weekly activity, and after a week, based on the results, as I mentioned, you have the total number of hours, total number of MCQs. Based on that, you modify accordingly, right? Be smart enough, use it for your benefit rather than using it for terrorizing yourself or for frightening yourself, right? I'm quite sure you're all smart enough. Yes, Aniharika, good to know that. Now, Prithvi, I can't modify any particular MCQ book, right? Even I have completed that book. We have extensive information given there. I just can't make it interesting. I'm not going to edit that book now. So I'm sorry, I can't help you really in that, because if you want me to modify our test series or our way of conducting live session, maybe I can be of some help. Then in that case, why don't you just stick on to answers and single line explanations rather than going through the entire theory which is given at the end of each explanation. So just go through, solve the MCQs, go through the answers, and only go through 1 or 2 line explanations which is relevant in that entire information given at the end of each answer. Yeah, Sirisha, that's for NEET, MD, and MS. As far as I believe, it's for MD and MS. We have some 300 MCQs and 3.5 hours. But NEET, MDS, I don't think you'll have those many MCQs. Anyways, let me not speculate. Let me just wait and let me. I mean, the day we are going to have a prospectus released, the same day we're going to have a live session, and we'll have some discussion pertaining to that, right? Anyways, that's for MD and MS, as far as I believe. Exactly, Sophia. That's the main intention here. See, rank, entrance, they all become secondary because this is just one task in life. That's what I firmly believe. It's not that I have cracked entrance, I'm just taking it lightly. Frankly speaking, the moment I've come after that, I realized that securing rank is only just a minute fraction of your entire life. You have still lot many tasks to do. You have a lot much life in future, isn't it? So this process of preparation, I feel, is very important. Like how you are orienting yourself, how you are motivating yourself, and how best you are making use of your time when you have a challenge ahead of you. So that kind of attitude and orientation not only helps you in securing rank here, obviously that's going to happen, but later on in life, these kind of little things are going to have a major impact. It's going to make you more disciplined, more successful, more confident, and as I keep on saying, you will become the source of inspiration for many people around you. They're just going to follow you because they'll know that this guy is really serious. He's not a hypocrite. It's not like he talks something and he does something, nothing like that. So whatever we do, whatever we talk, whatever we do, if there is a synchrony between these two things, then we are more respected, isn't it? So ultimately, as Sophia has rightly mentioned, this is all about discipline. This is all about attitude. So once we can incorporate these things in life, it's not just about entrance. Entrance is just a part and parcel of life. You have still more things to do. You have personal issues. You have many professional issues. So you are preparing yourself for challenges which you're going to face in future, in the near future, right? So that's my intention also here, and thanks Sophia for for highlighting that particular point. Exactly, Bernice. Very good to hear that. So you say you need to defocus. Sometimes you went for a movie with a cousin and came back with wholesome energy to study. Periodic breaks are really very important. I mean, I was there at home here yesterday and today. The only major tasks or major things I had in my mind is, of course, answering mails and all, they're all secondary, but eating good food and sleeping continuously for hours together on bed. So these are the only two things which I focused yesterday and today. And I feel really good. I feel really fresh, enthusiasm, filled up with lot of energy and enthusiasm. Now I feel like again roaring, going back in a Bahubalian way. You have this Bahubali movie. I even watched Bahubali 2 movie fourth time yesterday. And I just felt like, yes, you want to do something, you have to do it in a Bahubalian way, a huge way, magnanimous way. You have to give everything. I mean, you can take a lot of inspiration from that movie. It's not just the actor or actress, but the technical team behind it, the passion of the director, the passion of the producers in creating that epic. It's like the Bahubalian way, I would like to call it. So give your 100%, just go give everything you have, and of course you're going to have results. Of course, if you're giving your 100%, then who else is going to get the result? You will be getting the result. I will be getting the result, right? So I started believing in it, and Bahubali 2 is a major source of inspiration for me from yesterday. It's been like inspiring me a lot, especially the climax scene and all. It's funny to say all this, but that's true. We can draw inspiration from different sources, from many sources, isn't it? So I planned this Bahubalian way of preparing at least from tomorrow, so that I can give my best, and so that we have these schedules and all. And again, and sooner, from October 25th, I'm planning a new schedule, and let's see how we can make a maximum use of it. And also before AIMS, let's try to cover some topics, some subjects, and also we'll have some mock tests, AIMS based mock tests with 90 questions and 1/3 negative marking. We'll try to have all of them as soon as possible. I'll reveal them in 2 or 3 days time, right? So no matter what you're doing small things, big things, it doesn't matter. Do it in a Bahubalian way, with giving you 100%. Expecting nothing, obviously you'll get everything. That's the secret here. You expect nothing, because if you even start expecting, you might get depressed, right? So expectations are not so good. So give you 100%, just expect nothing. However, I'm sure you're going to get everything. Yes, Abhishek, we already have been adding at least 10 or 15 image-based questions in every revision test. I'll give you access to revision tests also. You can just practice them. Definitely, Abhishek, I'll consider your suggestion. Yes, Prithvi. Yes, Sirisha. Welcome. Komal, it's a previous AIPG papers. I've sent you the list, Komal. Have you gone through the list? If you want the list of the books, just drop a mail. I'll send you the list of books. Yeah, Rupali has a good suggestion. Yeah, so you do it by dividing it subject-wise. Okay. Subject-wise every year. So that way you'll be dividing and you'll stay motivated, right? Yeah, that's another good suggestion, Rupali. Yes, Dr. FM, glad to hear that. Yes, Niharika, you want the list? Just send me a mail, I'll send you the list. I'm not talking about a different form already. I'm talking about these forms. I'm talking about the schedule forms. Have I mentioned about any other form? I don't think so. I mentioned about this weekly schedule and a daily schedule forms. Okay, right. So you have any further questions, do let me know. Anyways, it's 47 minutes. At the end of 50th minute or 55th minute, I'll just summarize all that we're trying to discuss today. Regina, see, how can I share other schedule with you, Regina? What I'm saying is, the schedule which I sent you, few of the students have filled up these schedules and they've sent me asking me for the feedback. Right. So I can't share their personal schedules with you, right? I mean, you have your own schedule, you prepare your own schedule, you fill up these things and you send me if you want. I'll go through it. If at all you need me to give any suggestions, I'm free to do that, right? I hope you got my point. Yeah. Okay. And by the way, I was discussing this smartphone addiction thing, right? I'll just share a few points which I shared with few of you in mails. I just wanted to highlight those points and see how you can practice them so that you can minimize your smartphone usage, right? Anyways, we'll have a separate session on it as soon as possible, but since this is a context, I would like to briefly tell you like how you can limit your smartphone usage. Okay, so first of all, just give me 1 second. Okay, right. So I've been getting few mails regarding this, like how to, I mean, literally I've been getting mails saying that I'm addicted to smartphones. Even I feel the same. So I've been trying to limit the usage. That's what I have done during my PG preparation also. I limited that to 1 hour or 2 hours maximum. I could somehow manage. So I want you to do that, right? So limit your smartphone usage. So often we get addicted to smartphone usage. Good news is we have solutions. I'm just sharing the draft with you. Anyways, you want that information in, in written format, I can just send you the draft. I can forward you the draft, right? I'm just going through the same draft. So the first thing is, don't avoid smartphone uses. Limit smartphone uses. Because if you try to avoid it, you're definitely going to break. Because something you're addicted to, you can't avoid it. You have to minimize it. Just like your nicotine. You can't just completely avoid if you're addicted to smoking, right? You need to have these nicotine supplements and all. You have this therapy. So scientifically proven, rational kind of practical ways in which we can reduce or limit the usage of something which we are addicted to. So don't avoid it. Reduce the use of smartphone, because if you avoid it, there is a greater tendency for you to use it over and over again, right? And secondly, as I mentioned previously also, you can limit the smartphone usage 2 to 3 hours initially. 2 to 3 hours initially, or you can divide that into sessions. For example, every day, use your smartphone morning session, afternoon session, evening session. And as you go on, as you progress into your preparation, if you think you can't avoid morning because you're having this WhatsApp update group, morning group, then you can use it for 1 hour. Nighttime for live sessions, it's acceptable. It's accepted if you're willing to attend the live sessions. And afternoon, if you can avoid it, right? And gradually, as you move on, right, use smartphones only for discussing useful things rather than going to other unrelated or non-issues like chatting or wasting your time on browsing, right? So you can use your smartphone. You can limit that for your good use, for your benefit, rather than for your negativity, right? So try limiting your smartphone usage gradually. Start with 3 hours to 4 hours a day and gradually decrease it to 1 hour, 1.5 hour, right? If possible, this is my advice to you all. If possible, use a laptop or tab or desktop if possible for attending live sessions. Or you can't use WhatsApp in tab, or you can use that in tab, but you can't use it in desktop, right? So at least for WhatsApp you can use your mobile, but at least live sessions try attending from your desktop so that you will not get distracted by your smartphones. That's another suggestion which I would like to give you. And next, using smartphone, we have many drawbacks, like it decreases memory, it decreases memory, your recallability, and most importantly wastes your precious valuable time, which is very crucial before your exam time, right? And you know what, studies have proven that with time, as you progress in age, there will be early onset of dementia also. So please be careful and see how you can minimize your smartphone uses and kill unnecessary apps. I mean, practically speaking, there are some technical issues also which I would like to share. Kill unnecessary apps and customize your notifications, because more or less you'll be getting push notifications for all the apps, right? So turn off notifications for unwanted apps like WhatsApp, Facebook. You don't need notifications, right? At least for 2 months, right? And kill unnecessary apps, reduce or customize your notifications, and avoid smartphone usage, especially at night time. That's why I said live sessions, try to attend it from laptop or desktop if you have the facility, right? If you don't have, I'm sorry, I can't help. But if you have the facility, then try attending from them, because using smartphone before night is it doesn't allow your physiology to rest. We have that mechanism which I explained you in morning 5 a.m. session, the 5 a.m. club video where I explained you in detail. I don't remember the mechanism now, but using smartphone before sleep is going to affect your quality of sleep. Again, that's going to have impact on the next day, right? These are all interrelated. And finally, take the help of, this is most important, which I personally feel, take the help of your family members, including your girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever, because their role is very crucial here. I mean, if you don't have their support, for example, assume that I have a girlfriend. I mean, if I don't use mobile, or if I don't message her on time, she is going to get insulted, or maybe she'll feel bad for me. Then you should have the support, because again, if you have that feeling that she'll feel bad, you will get depressed. You'll start feeling depressed, right? So take their help. Tell them that you are preparing. Obviously, they'll understand. You love each other, right? So obviously, the other person will understand you much better, and they're going to help you. And their help and their support is very crucial. Without that, this would fail. This would bound to fail. So you need to have the support of your family members or your boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever. Let them understand your situation, and also help them to understand the facts here, so that they will better cooperate. And most important, which I personally feel, is share your things, or share your difficulties, or share your challenges with your loved ones, including your mother. Because my mother used to share all my difficulties during the time of preparation. She used to be my shock absorber. Obviously, Soumya and my mother used to be my shock absorbers. So if you can share your things with your parents, especially with your mother, I mean, usually we are close to our mothers, right? And that definitely would help. That definitely would give us a psychological backing. That's very important at this stage. 2 months, it's not just your memory, recall, confidence. These are very important, but the psychological support which you have from your loved ones. I mean, if you love me, obviously you have my support 24/7. But if you can consider me as your family member, I feel blessed. I'm good. I'll definitely support you. There's no doubt in it. But I'm at a distance, right? I'm only talking to you virtually. But you need to have real people supporting you. So take the support of your family members, your loved ones, most importantly, so that you'll have that psychological backing, and you'll definitely do good, right? So these are some of the things which I wanted to share regarding the smartphone usage, like how to limit your smartphone usage. If necessary, we'll have a dedicated session for the smartphone usage with more and more tips possible, right? I'll just stop it here, and you have any further questions, let me know. I'm sure, if I'm boring, I'm really sorry, but I have this habit of talking so much in a given limited time, because I'm not sure how much time I'm wasting in this process, right? But I want you to get maximum amount of information in limited time possible. And you feel you need to share anything personal, you can drop a mail rather than sharing it in the WhatsApp or in the live chat here. You can even drop a mail. I'll reply you as soon as possible, right? Abhishek, you have your Bahubali in front of your screen. You have Prabhas a screenshot or something? Abhishek? I didn't know you're a fan of Prabhas. Princess Regina, I gave you a list of books where authors are written. Does this mean that any book of this author fits the subject? You'll not have any book. I mean, obviously you have certain books written by few authors, right? They are in specific, the names of the books. You ask for books by those authors, you'll obviously get only those books. Yes, Regina, I hope you got my point. Just check in Amazon, you'll get all the list. Vinodha Rao, that's a very good question. You say, what if all your smartphone has study material? Transfer it to your desktop or laptop if possible. I mean, if you can have it, Vinoda, you can just transfer it to your desktop or laptop, because smartphone, the problem is you'll get deviated to Facebook or WhatsApp or other messaging services, right? That shouldn't happen. I mean, at least these desktops and all, you'll not have the facility to use WhatsApp conveniently, right? So that's the point I'm trying to make here. Yes, Gina, that's a very good suggestion. You can switch off mobile data, which is often impossible. But that's a very good suggestion, Gina. You know that you say also when checking Google or seeing some YouTube videos of certain recommendation, you to cheat your conscience. Okay, yes, that's true. When checking Google or seeing some of my videos, recommendation videos tempt you to cheat our conscience and watch them. Willpower is very important. Exactly, we know. Technology has been designed, let me tell you frankly, not just Vinodha but everyone, technology has been designed to suit us, to help us, to improve us, to make us a better person. But if these things are happening, then we should seriously consider these things, and we should come to some kind of solutions where we can really overcome these problems, right? Obviously anything we have two sides, right? So we do have positive side and negative side. So of course, how to curtail this negativity and how to overcome this negativity with practical solutions. So that's why our focus is always on getting practical solutions, but not mere talking. So we need practical solutions to work, right? So that's how we can overcome any issue. So Bernice, the time you say girlfriend, boyfriend, my phone starts breaking video. Maybe your phone is trying to speak up for you. Exactly, Abhishek. That's the point I'm trying to make. Thanks, Abhishek, for helping me out. So Abhishek says, Bernice, that's to you. Effect of a boyfriend can be seen on your phone. Yes, Firas, dementia, I mean, I'm not trying to frighten you, but long-term effects. I started experiencing it. Why leave others? For the past 7-8 years, I've been using. Maybe 2013? Yeah, 2013 to 17, almost 4 years. I started having this problem. Because the moment you Google something or you search something very fast, you'll see that, you'll get the answer. But the recall time or the memory is very less. I mean, you'll be searching many things, because practically speaking, you'll be searching many things and given on a smartphone. So what happens to retention? Your retention ability decreases, obviously, because you are always in a constant mode of searching, grasping, but no time for processing and retaining that information in your brain, right? So that's the reason why we have this problem, not only short term but also long term. Yes, Bernice, glad to know that I haven't bored you yet. Look at my face and look at the Bahubali's face. I think you're just making fun of me, right, Abhishek? I got you. Yes. Okay. Okay, Abhishek, I got you. Gina is very sharp. I mean, I couldn't get certain things, but Gina seems to be very sharp. Yes, Neetu, glad to hear that, and glad that you shared your feelings with us also today. Yes, Sharbari, Datta, yes, we have discussed extensively regarding that. You just send me a mail, I'll send you a few drafts which we circulate among our aspirants, like plan of action, how to revise and all, right? Okay, Benny says, Benny, you're allergic to all this. Okay, fine. See, those who say I have nothing to hide, those are the people who have many secrets. So, Bernice and Abhishek, stop acting as if you have nothing. I know you have something. Okay, Regina, let me know which book you're searching. I'll help you in the search. Okay, Gina, it's not about looks, it's about influence. Okay. Okay, I got it, Gina. Right. Yeah, I feel blessed. Thank you. I know no such comparison. Don't compare, okay, Abhishek. I do agree that we are all working hard. We have one common goal, so we're all working hard towards it. So that's the reason why I drew an analogy. Is because Bahubali, it's all about they have given their 100%, right? It's not just about money. It's about money. Anyone can do it. I mean, anyone can throw some money and get it done. But it's not about money, but it's about the passion for movie making. I could literally see. By the way, once I attended this latest TEDx talk in Hyderabad, right? We had this TEDx Hyderabad where we had this Ballala Deva Rana Dagupati who has been one of the speakers in that session. So he was talking the same. He was saying that it's all about passion for telling story, passion for movie making, and passion for better movie making or for better storytelling. Ultimately, it's all about telling a story, right? So how well you tell a story, it all depends upon the technology you use. It all depends upon how passionate you do it and how much effort you put in. So that's the thing. I mean, that's the kind of inspiration which we can draw from there. You're doing something, you have a task before, and how well you motivate yourself, how well you have your attitude tuned so that you can achieve the task at hand, so that you can accomplish the task at hand. That's very important. Winning or learning, it's secondary. There is nothing like losing, right? So it's either winning or learning. It's always a constant learning process. So today or tomorrow you're going to win. There's no doubt in it. But how is that really matters? How you're going to do it? Because you can win by fluke, you can win by luck, but with discipline, with attitude, with hard work, passion, enthusiasm, you can win many things in life. It's not just about entrance, but many things in life. And thank you so much for your love and affection. As always, I feel blessed. Yes, that usually happens. Yeah, I do understand. So you have anything else to share, do let me know. I can extend my session for another 10-15 minutes. Anyways, I said I'll conclude, right? I'll just do that after 5 minutes. I'm just checking if I have missed any comments. So how many of you had puri yesterday? Yesterday is Diwali, right? So what is that meat, beer? I didn't get you, Regina. You're talking about the drink or is it an animal? Hi Indu, so you have this question, who motivated me during my preparation? So obviously there are many, I used to have some seniors who cracked entrance in the first attempt. Dr. Prithvi, I can still remember. Dr. Prithvi was my first inspiration, and when I joined BDS, when everyone started saying that there is nothing here, there is nothing you can do in dentistry, he is the person who just filled me with positivity and inspiration. So obviously Dr. Prithvi, who has completed his master's in oral surgery and working as assistant professor in Sibbard Dental College, Guntur, he is one of my first inspirations. I mean, he could do it in his first attempt. So I started believing in myself from then, because everyone started saying like, you can't crack entrance in first attempt, it's impossible. We used to have all this nonsense talk, but he proved first ahead of us, and he is our inspiration, to be frank, during our course of preparation. And obviously lot many factors, our group of friends which I keep on saying, Dr. Rajesh, who is an orthodontist now, Dr. Chaitanya, who is an assistant professor in periodontics department, Dr. Mohan, Ramesh. We had lot many friends. We used to go to exams together, comment different kind of exams. We used to write them together, and we used to, I mean, not combine kind of study really, but we used to write exams together. We used to go for coaching or something. Every Sunday we used to meet. We used to discuss. We used to share ideas, and that also helped us to overcome that. That kind of challenging period to some extent. And of course my guides, Dr. Sunil and Dr. Suresh, who have been continuously helping me. They were my professors in my UG college. Dr. Sunil in particular constantly motivated me, and he was by himself a topper. I mean, he got some state 4th rank, and he completed his masters in endo in Osmania. He has his practice in Vijayawada. He's a professor in endo, Sibbard Dental College. So he's my mentor, frankly, and we are family friends now. And I feel fortunate to have such people in my life. So obviously when you have some kind of motivation from your seniors or from your staff, that itself will give you a lot of extrinsic motivation, right? Ultimately, you need to channel that intrinsically into. And thank you for asking me that question. I could just get all those things in my mind again. Reminiscence. Okay, Bernice had besan laddu. What is that besan laddu? So Abhishek had kachiri and pakode. I had gare. You have this gare. I mean, I don't know what it's called in Hindi, but it will be circular with a hole in center. And that's the best description I can give you. Oh, Sharbari, I wish you a belated birthday wishes. So it's a double dhamaka for you, right? Regina is a great writer. I mean, she writes everything very fast in shortcuts. V stands for very, as far as my knowledge is concerned, Gina. So V stands for very. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Regina. Dennis, I didn't get you. You had seen a video in which you came in new channel. Really? I have only one channel, Bernice. You're talking about me or? Okay, coconut laddu. Donuts, okay. Right. Yeah. Anyways, I'll just summarize all that we discussed so far. Just give me 2 minutes, right? Okay. Yes, Bernice, that's during our internship period. I mean, during our final year where we were deprived of internship, we went outside onto roads. We started shouting slogans and all. That was, again, an amazing experience. All dentists from throughout the state, we just came together, moved forward, and we just fought for our internship. Ultimately, we were granted a 6 months internship, 2007 batch. Beer. Okay, laddu made from gram flour is Besan laddu. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. So, anyways, as we have come together here with an objective to discuss this, how to plan or how to schedule our preparation. So, daily or weekly schedule. So, we have framed few formats of daily schedule and weekly schedule, right? So you can drop a mail at proudtobedentist@gmail.com. I'll send you the soft copies, PDF files. You can take a print, take at least 150 or 200 copies, right? It's not going to get wasted. To prepare this book, to make these printouts and get that spiral binding done, it takes you hardly 250 or 300 rupees, right? And the most important thing is these schedules, 24-hour schedule, and we have a weekly schedule, 2 schedules here. These are going to help you keep a tab on your daily activity and weekly activity. And as your preparation progresses, by the end of your second month or first month, you'll have an idea like how exactly your preparation is going on. Because once you understand and once you realize how it's going on, you'll have an opportunity to improve yourself. If not, you'll just blindly going, and there is a point where we often feel depressed and we give up at the end, right? So these kind of schedules really help us to keep a tab on what we have been doing, not just daily but weekly basis, and as a whole monthly basis also. We have around 70 days time, so we're planning our revision soon, again from the mid October or late October 25th onwards. We're planning another schedule. So we'll try maximum, I will try to use those things maximum, but before that I want you to get acquainted with these schedules, right? Let me know, give me the feedback like how it's going on at the end of a week or maybe after 3 or 4 days, right? If you are finding it really difficult to plan these things ahead and go as per it, then you can do it retrograde way. That's called as retrograde scheduling. So what you do is, as you can see here, we divided into number of schedules. At the end of each schedule, it's divided into number of sessions. At the end of each session, or maybe at the end of 2 or 3 sessions, or at the end of the day, depends upon your convenience, make a note of what you have done on that particular day. So that's retrograde format, where you'll have an idea like how exactly you spend your time on that particular day. But if you feel like you need to plan ahead, then wake up early in the morning, 5 o'clock, 4:45, make a note of all the things which you're planning to do roughly. Maybe not accurate, but roughly, so that you'll have some vague idea and you can follow that. You find that anterograde manner or the progressive way difficult, you try this retrospective way, right? You can call this retrograde schedule, right? So that's how you can plan and make maximum use of the given days, and it hardly takes 15 or 20 minutes to maximum to fill up these forms, right? And it costs you nothing. 250 or 300 rupees is almost nothing, right? So give due importance to this task and make sure that you fill them up. And at the end of a week, maybe at the end of every day and at the end of a week, you'll be getting this total score, right? So in a given week, how well you spent your time on the number of hours for studying, number of hours or number of MCQs you practiced on that entire week, number of hours you slept, most importantly, number of hours you spent on smartphone usage, and number of hours you spent on miscellaneous activities, right? So this helps you to finally come to one single question. How well are you preparing? Is there any scope for improvement? And how many hours maximum are you spending in a given day? That's the only question you need to ask yourself. In a given 24-hour time frame, how many hours are you spending for preparation? Is it 6 hours? Is it 8 hours? Is it 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours? It depends, right? Don't expect a fancy number, but do your best. Give your best. Try make use of maximum time in a given day for your preparation, right? And you need any suggestions, any customized formats, or you need any personal guidance, as I promised you, you just all you need to do is take some time, just type in mail your daily schedule, like how you're spending. Few of you sent me, so others, whenever you feel you're free, just send me a mail regarding your personalized schedule, like how you're spending your day, and based on the amount of time you're spending on various activities, I can give you some suggestions, right? You can use that for your improvement if you're willing to. So plan your schedules and make sure that you follow them. And I'm 100% sure, and I believe it because I practiced it during my preparation. I believe that these are going to make many positive changes in your preparation, right? We'll again meet you regarding the same topic the next Friday, where we're going to have Fun Fest, right? So along with Fun Fest, we'll have this kind of discussions again for 10 to 15 minutes and see how it's been going on, right? In the meantime, I'll just drop you some mails. I'll send you some reminders. So keep on using it. Also use your WhatsApp groups, morning groups, update groups to remind yourself of these schedules, so that you can keep a tab on them, and so that you can follow them at a regular pace and regular intervals, right? Yes, Regina, you're writing about animal, but few people are talking about drinks. Yeah, I said 150 copies. I'm sorry. Yeah, you need only 80 copies, maybe. Thanks, Abhishek. 80 copies, hardly how many? I mean, 80 copies in the sense you have here 2 pages, right? So keeping that in mind, I said 150 or 160. So each one 80, so 150 or 160 copies. Yeah, you need 80 copies of this set. And don't take a printout of this dummy set, right? This dummy set is for your understanding. I'm sure you're not that dumb enough. I'm the dumbest person here. But anyway, I'm just reminding you, don't take a printout of these dummy sets. These dummy sets are just for your understanding, because if you take a printout, if someone looks into that, they'll scold me because I've written here Puri, I've written here boyfriend, girlfriend, all these nonsense things, okay? Don't take a printout of these dummy sets. And also, I'm sure you'll be having this kind of feeling. Session 6, you can see here, I've written something in notes. Waiting for this guy to complete his life fast so that we can sleep. I mean, I could get those senses from the live session where few of you asked me, tell me the next MCQ fast. Okay, complete or fast. Don't answer everyone. Don't reply to everyone. I've been getting these kind of things to my mail. So keeping those things, I've just put that in notes. So as I said, even I will be following these schedules from now itself, right? We'll see how it goes after a week. Yes, of course, Bernice. I got Regina's point. Yes, Regina, you're most welcome. See, just believe in one thing. We are given these opportunities. We have number of opportunities. We have exam on Jan 7th. We have 2 months time, maybe 75 or 80 days time. We can make maximum use of them, and this is our final opportunity to rectify our past mistakes. If you're not confident in some subject, you can spend some time. If you're not been doing that good till now, you have a chance again now. So take this as an opportunity. Give due importance to this and never take it lightly, okay? These schedules, I'm sure they'll help you feel motivated as well, right? So if you have any further questions, drop me a mail. I'll reply you as soon as possible, okay? Yeah, that weekly schedule you need only 8. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm poor in mathematics, by the way. So Bernice, you're right. So weekly schedules we need only 8 or 10 maximum, but these daily schedules I think we need around 80. So maybe 100 copies. Regina, you need not thank me because you have been doing great. You all have been doing great in the morning session. The moment, as I keep on saying, the moment I wake up, I see 700, 800 messages. I don't know how you guys have been doing it, but see to that you don't get distracted. That's the only thing I can tell you. Make sure you make or derive maximum benefit from those discussions. Okay. Okay, any links, any you want to join WhatsApp group, your Google group, anything, you just send me a mail. I'll send you the links. Okay, Najni. Right. I had this 1 day break. I'm just losing my voice. Right, so we'll see you again tomorrow. We have a general topic for tomorrow. I'm going to make it more interesting and exciting. Let's see what we can learn from tomorrow's general discussion, right? Motivational, weekend motivation, much needed weekend motivation. Often I've been hearing that we are losing motivation. I mean, you people are losing motivation after 3 to 4 days. So we'll plan some interesting sessions between the weeks also. Maybe on Wednesday and Thursday we'll plan some different sessions so that you feel rejuvenated or you feel good. We'll do that, right? So whatever I do, it's only like maybe half a fraction of the 100 points you have, but the rest has to come from you, right? So believe in yourself, give your best, and always the best comes to you, right? You're welcome, Akriti. So we need totally 80 plus, okay, 80 by 4, 4 2s, no, 80 by 7, 7 1s, 1 7 1 7, okay, maybe 10. So you need some 90 or 100 copies maximum, that's it. You're welcome, Sanjay. Yes, Bernice, Abhishek, Neetu. Yeah. Spokoj Noj Nochi, you're all welcome. And by the way, this is just a reminder, I've sent you personal mails. I mean, those who have mailed, that's fine, but those who haven't replied, send me a reply as soon as possible. I want to analyze your preparation and get back to you as soon as possible, right? Yes, Abhishek, and the beauty of what you said is, you said we have crossed 9.5, and I just love that statement. It's not me, it's we. Thank you so much for understanding the real sense of what we have been doing, and of course I love you guys for that. Thank you so much for your love and blessings, and wish you all the best. See you tomorrow. Stay motivated and give your best, the Bahubalian way, right? Yeah, bye, good night, love you all.